Welcome to the Emisarios Unidos de Luz channel. If you enjoy this near-death experience story, consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. Now let's start with the story. As a scientist, I always believed the universe operated as a harmony of observable mechanisms. Because of my conviction that reality should be visibly evident, I didn't believe in God or the supernatural. Growing up, my parents, although themselves religious, encouraged me to question the validity and efficacy of religious beliefs rather than blindly accept them. It was my parents' fascination with science that galvanized my interest in the subject, and the reason why, over time, I made science my priority. That would all change, however, with what started as an acute appendicitis. On the day of the operation to remove my appendix, fear of not waking up overcame my otherwise stoic composure, and in that whirlpool of emotions I found myself swept up in, I wondered if my time had indeed come. Enveloped by calm as the anesthetic took effect, my world faded to black before I awakened into a boundless black expanse. In the peaceful nothingness beyond time and space, and even beyond any sense of self as an individual, I found peace in solitude and in being free from the concerns inherent to corporeal existence. After moments or eons, warm, pearlescent light began to pervade the darkness, a light whose source drew me irresistibly as it called to my essence. Suddenly, I began to hear the echo of distant, muffled voices whose tone conveyed a sense of urgency, speaking in my mother tongue yet sounding, in my disembodied state, like a foreign language. As I drew closer to the light from which I had emerged grew ever more distant, and the person I had been during my earthly life felt less like who I was and more like someone I had once known. Through this transformation of identity, I realized with awe-inspiring clarity that I was leaving my physical life behind, and with it, my limited perception of what was real or possible. Suddenly, I found myself before an astonishingly beautiful landscape, a spectacle whose elements pulsated with life in a symphony celebrating the love and beauty that birthed their creation. As their harmony resonated deeply within my soul, my experience of oneness with that life served as a most profound confirmation of reality, surpassing the hollow methods I had come to rely upon. As my heart sang in concert with the orchestra of that place, a realm which I can only describe as heaven, all of my preconceptions about heaven and the afterlife instantly vanished. In that place where the vibrancy and depth of color surpassed the drab hues distinctive of the physical realm, every aspect of its elements' expression defied what we on earth understand to be the laws of nature. As the harmony of their expression resounded within my core, loved ones who had long since passed appeared before me, their faces alight with joy and love. As my grandmother, whom I hadn't seen since childhood, and the others greeted and embraced me, unconditional love and acceptance suffused my being, overwhelming me with emotions unlike any I had ever experienced. As their presence filled the voids in my heart, voids that I never knew existed, they spoke of love and of lessons learned and shared in a melodious voice that soothed and uplifted my soul. Immersed in the grandeur of pure love radiated by those I thought I had lost, my disbelief felt not just irrelevant but petty and insignificant. As I explored that realm of impossible beauty with my grandmother, I saw nature, in a symphony of music, celebrating life as forests of trees sang in the breeze. I saw by the rivers that sparkled with life's essence the awe-inspiring presence of angels, who upon noticing us joined us. The angels, or light beings, as they prefer to be called, spoke about the nature of life and the universe, explaining that love is the fundamental force binding all creation. Although my mind rebelled against such a simple thesis, my heart recognized the truth in their words. They explained that heaven wasn't a destination, but rather a continuum through which the soul experiences ever higher levels as its awareness expands. Then the angels showed me a library with shelves that stretched to infinity, explaining that each book was the story of a single soul's journey through the cosmos. It was there, in that hall of knowledge, that I was to undergo the most profound experience of my existence, a life review. In the heart of that celestial library, my grandmother guided me to a space that felt both intimate and infinite. It was in that space that I would witness my life unfold, not as a spectator but as a participant, feeling not only my own emotions but also those of everyone I had ever interacted with. The review began, and I saw my life from an omniscient yet deeply personal perspective. Every moment, from the mundane to the monumental, was laid bare. I felt the warmth of my mother's embrace, the sting of harsh words spoken in anger, and the ripple effect of my actions I had long since forgotten. I was overwhelmed by a tidal wave of emotions in response to memories that continually affirmed the interconnectedness of every life I had touched. I saw the moments when I had offered kindness and how those small acts of compassion had blossomed into something beautiful and life-changing for others. Conversely, I felt the pain of missed opportunities and the times when my words or actions had caused hurt, the ripples of which extended far beyond what I could have imagined. That life review was not an indictment but rather a reflection or chance to understand the depth and breadth of my impact on the world. The beings of light, my celestial guides, offered compassionate and illuminating insights, and they showed me that every action or every decision was a thread in the fabric of the universe, a thread woven into the lives of others in ways I could barely comprehend. In my state of profound reflection towards the end of the life review, my grandmother and the beings of light offered comfort and wisdom, helping me process what I had seen. They spoke of love as the essence of the universe, a force that transcends the physical and permeates every aspect of existence. I also learned that faith was not about adherence to dogma but about opening one's heart to love and compassion. They taught me that the divine was not a distant entity judging from afar but rather a presence within each of us, guiding us towards an ever higher self-image. Those lessons, so simple yet so profound, challenged everything I had believed about the world and my place in it, making me realize that my atheism, while serving as a construct and impetus to search for truth, had also acted as a barrier to understanding the deeper mysteries of existence, those that science alone could not explain. When it was time to decide whether to leave or stay, I was torn between my desire to stay in the heavenly realm and my desire to return to my earthly life. While surrounded by love and understanding, I had found a peace I never knew was missing from my life, and for that reason, I desired so deeply to remain in the heavenly realm. As much as I desired to stay, I could also feel the call to my essence beckoning my soul to return to earth to tend to the unfinished business that awaited me there. The beings of light explained that, as my life is my journey in the universe, the choice was mine alone to make. They explained that if I chose to stay, I could continue my exploration of the mysteries of the universe from the perspective of life on the other side, but if I were to return to earth, I would be armed with the knowledge and insights that I gained during my sojourn and could be used to make a difference in the world. It was the hardest decision I ever made, and in the end, I chose to return as there was so much I had left undone and there were so many opportunities to spread the love and understanding that was shared with me in the realm of heaven. With a promise to remember and to share the lessons I had learned, I stepped back into the void and towards my life on earth. I remember waking up in the hospital room to the sounds of machines beeping, the sterile smell of antiseptic, and the expressions of joy and relief on the faces of my family members. My body ached, serving as a stark reminder of the physical limits I had briefly transcended, yet within me, there was a lightness and a profound sense of purpose that I had not previously experienced. As I recovered, I found that the challenge was not in remembering the lessons of the afterlife but in integrating them into my daily life. The months following my NDE were a time of profound change, as I approached my work with a new perspective, seeking not just to uncover the secrets of the universe but to understand how those discoveries could uplift and unite. My relationships transformed as I shared my experience, not with the intent to convert but to offer a glimpse of the love and unity I had been shown. Skeptics and believers alike were touched by my story, finding within it a message of hope and connection that transcended the boundaries of traditional faith. The journey from atheism to a deep spiritual understanding was not without its challenges. However, with each passing day, I found that the lessons of love, compassion, and unity were universal, lessons that resonated with people from all walks of life. In sharing my story, I hope to offer not only proof of the afterlife but also a testament to the power of love to transform and heal. My journey beyond death taught me that the divine is not found in the pages of ancient texts or the halls of worship, but rather in the simple acts of kindness we offer to one another. It is a lesson I carry with me, a beacon of light in a world that, now more than ever, needs the warmth of understanding and the glow of compassion.